something that I find crazy is how Wings had an opportunity to redeem himself with this whole after the fight thing with Boogie and all that. But it's crazy how he fumbled that bag in his glorious redemption arc. Wings is gonna talk about it, I guess, about why he thinks his redemption arc didn't go as planned. Shout out to Breaking Banquet for the video. Let's get right on into it.
It's one of those things, like, I'm not having the greatest month. How did you lose all the momentum? No hate. They didn't continue to turn up. Again, like any momentum I get, it's going to be lost. I have such PTSD. Well, I reached out to Moist Critical to try to get him to help me, and he ignored me. So.
Now you will mystify the night, dodging the blinking of an eye.
Why would you reach out to Moist Critical? This dude got bigger fish to fry. Well, maybe he don't. But you know what I mean. It's a saying. Moist Critical ain't got one. Nothing to do with you or Phil. He don't want to touch you guys with a 10-foot pole.
Single connection takes away onto tomorrow. Like a bloody soul, you're burning like a bloody soul. Mortal will it die? Now the fires are for the rising up again.
Just getting up. Last time I seen El Presador, like an honest El Presador video, was like when he did like the close quarters combat DLC for Battlefield 3. I don't have Diablo 4 installed anymore. Like Diablo 2 is probably a game that's going to stick with me my whole life. Like it's just such a good game.
I can never get into the Diablo games. I don't know what it is. Just not my style games. I don't like how far back the camera angle is and stuff. I could never really get into Diablos, man. This is coming from somebody who played RuneScape religiously on and off for years. I just cannot get into Diablo. It's for real.
I'll be right back.
Why his background looks so grim?
I'm back. I'm good at Diablo 4. It's just one of those games where it's like there's no heart in it. Like I don't give a shit about finding stuff. I don't give a shit like the crafting system is like dumbed down. Like everything about Diablo 4 is a dumbed down version of Diablo 2. And I'm like, I'd rather play Diablo 2. Like it's just a better game. Like I know it's not as streamlined and it takes a lot longer to get into and all this other great stuff, but like once you get into it, Diablo 2 shits on Diablo 4.
It's like that for some games. I wouldn't know about this case. You guys would have to let me know. But there's a lot of examples. For example, there's there really is. Hold on with me. Okay, for instance, Madden. If you're a football fan, a lot of the older Maddens are better than the newer ones, and that's a great example. Games over time they don't hit as hard as they used to. I feel like. And this is just going on a tangent, sorry. But the PS2 days, or even the early 360 PS3 days, that was like the golden age, I feel like, for quality games. I feel like the quality of games has went down and things like that. The companies started caring about DLCs and microtransactions, and it all went to shit. But we'll save that topic for another day. But yeah, I couldn't tell you Diablo 4 is better or worse than Diablo 2. I don't know nothing about Diablo.
In every conceivable way. Level 94. My Necromancer? I was playing with my headset off because, like, I don't really need game sound to play this game. But, like I could play this with my headset off because, like, this is single player. Like, this is just strictly single player. This is completely offline. But I was playing with my headset off and I didn't hear I got hostiled. And granted, there's a visual indicator as well, but like sometimes there's a lot of shit going on screen. You just don't pay attention to it. And like you're in the middle of Bales. I was in like Bale game 8 or 9, and like you're thinking about, oh, we're gonna kill Bale, jump to the next game, kill Bale, jump to the next game, and like it just got me. Like a barbarian that was just loaded to the gills for killing players came in and like basically two-shot me. Bongo must be eating. How dare he?
Zoom in is
Kelly's
crazy.
been on a cat kick lately. So like we've been driving around looking at kitties. And you're playing with fire because you never know.
Speaking of kitties, where's my cat at? Where's Yomo? Yomo! He's somewhere. He almost somewhere around. Usually when I'm doing my videos and stuff, he right in the back of the chair with me. I don't know where he is now. Oh well.
know when you walk into like a place and you just fall in love with a cat. Because like to me, like having
It's just crazy.
3 animals is better than having 4 at this point in our life because it saves money. You know, like they always say, like a pet costs $1,000, right around $1,000 a year, on average
Never heard that.
per pet.
It's a really weird thing to look at stuff. I mean, that's like going, you know what I mean? That the average person spends $1,000 on video games a year. Who cares, man? If you are, that's just a weird way to look at things. I mean, if you ain't going broke and you can afford it, man, then who cares? I mean, it's like you just shouldn't. I don't know. That's weird, man. I mean, I drink bottled waters. That's like saying in a lifetime you spend $3 million on bottled water. Who cares? I don't know. That's just a weird way to put it. If you don't want a damn new animal, just say you don't want a new damn animal. Tell Kelly that.
They can get cancer quicker, things of that nature. Is the little rat continuing to bark? I ate before getting on. I had 3 little baby Slim Jim things. I'm not mentally feeling the best. It is what it is. Like, honestly.
Come on, y'all gotta stop with
One of
that
those
zoom.
things.
Up.
Like, I'm not having the greatest month, but all I can do is work. I can't dictate anything else.
Dictate. Good choice of words.
How did you lose all the momentum? No hate. I was going to lose the momentum regardless, man. Like, people expected a guy that was on the wrong side of 30 with a bad hip and 400 pounds to go into a boxing career. That, like, to me, that's a little delusional.
Nobody, no. Nobody expected you to be Muhammad Ali after this fight. Oh, Wings can box now. Let's more boxing. No, nobody expected that from you, dude. I didn't expect anything. I just wanted to see you two fight. But the people who, came to you after the fight and stuff, they, for some reason, they latched on to you. They liked what they saw, and they wanted to follow you around to see, who you were. And you did get a lot of new viewership and the new fans, man. So that, golf clap for you for that. But probably what happened was they saw the the trolls videos and things like that, and heard and seen the things that you said. So, but no one expected you to be Muhammad Ali or Rocky or some shit. No one was expecting that. Come on, that's not realistic.
It is what it is. It's like I at the end of the day, I'm going to be the same person. Like, I only can go with based on the opportunities that I'm given. Yeah, but they didn't continue to turn up. I mean, like, and I wasn't going to box again. Because eventually, it's first off, it's hard to find 400-pound guys that can pass physicals. Second, different levels of like things. Like I'm not into boxing to the point where I want to go live in a gym and like have a boxing train.
Honestly, Wingo, man, it wouldn't be bad for you to be, a vest in boxing. I mean, it could save your life. All jokes aside, boxing wouldn't be a bad habit or thing to get into.
And all this other shit. That's just not who I am. And third, I'm a recluse. Like, I enjoy being in the house, hanging out, chilling, laying in bed. That's what I like about life. I know that some people don't like that, but that's what I enjoy.
I do too. I really like being in my own cave and stuff like that. I like being in my own bubble. Not really big people personally, believe it or not. I don't like large crowds, things of that nature. But on the flip side of it, I like to go play basketball with friends and stuff. I like to go outside and play football and stuff like that. Like, I still do all that other stuff. I feel like it's just unhealthy to just be in that bubble all of the time. You got to go outside of that bubble, man. You got to. You got to. You can't let that consume you.
So like,
Unhealthy.
I was gonna lose the momentum, whatever it was. That's the reason I didn't stream. Honestly, like for the most part, like after the fact, I didn't stream because like it would just been people disappointed. But like it's like this conversation right now is like this is just bait that I'm taking. Because usually once I get off here, I'm done. Like I'll be on Twitter a little bit, but I'm usually done for with like online for the day when I get off stream. It's like I try not to interact. I don't really talk to people, but Brave, you know that I don't talk to people. I'm one of the hardest people in the world to talk to because I'm just to myself. Like I just chill out and go about my day.
That's
Hang
weird,
out with
man.
Bailey. Hang out with Grayson.
It's crazy how much this dude just don't like life. It's really crazy. And a lot of it, most of it, if not all of it, was self-inflicted, man. Your life didn't have to be like this, Wings, dude. It really didn't. You chose. I mean, I guess what the saying go. You know you mean you made that bed, you gotta lay in it now, type shit. But on the flip side, you have the ability to make it better. Like you can, you know what I mean? If you wanna do the old mental approach, you can get off the internet, do something else. You know, and take up boxing, better your life, better your health and things like that. Why not? You know what I mean? Why not? You don't have to live like this, man. You just don't. But you are and you want to. So that's that.
Always been a dumpster fire, man. Don't let it fool you. Nah, I'm not gonna get a tattoo, man. Tattoos on dudes my size are pointless. If I ever did lose weight, they'd just get cut off in a loose skin surgery. Shit like that. Like I don't. To me, like a tattoo is a complete waste of money. I don't feel like expressing myself or anything of that nature. And then sometimes you get up regret tattoos. I remember me, Woody, and Kyle were talking about getting like PKA tattoos or YouTube tattoos because they were such a big prominent part of our lives at the point.
That'd have been an L.
Like, if I would have done that, I would have looked back at it regretting now, like where my YouTube ended up at. Because in my back of my mind, there's always going to be Friends season 7. Like nothing ever nobody ever stays on top. For every Moist Critical there's a Ray William Johnson. For every PewDiePie there's, you know, whatever the next flavor of the month is, right? The Rolling Stones aren't still topping the charts. Everything has a fixed time frame.
Okay, that is a crazy way to look at it because, all right. So what if it did, like, if you PK and never fell out or whatever, you get it because it was important to you. That time was important to you. So even though you guys will fall off or whatever, you still got that memory. You could look at your arm or wherever you're going to get it. Like, yo, I remember that was a crazy time in my life. Like, we was at the top. You know what I mean? So you saying PewDiePie and stuff, man. PewDiePie, man. If he get a PewDiePie tattoo and he fell off or whatever, he'd be like, yo, man, I remember I was that dude. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. You just, that's how it works. That's how it works.
Like you kind of see YouTube go into metas. Like in the beginning meta, the one I got popular in was like the commentary meta. And now you have like the video essay meta. Like everybody has a video essay on something and a Patreon and a Raid Shadow Legends like contract or NordVPN.
Who cares?
It's all about following the money. Well, I reached out to Moist Critical.
There's nothing wrong with following the money, man. As long as you not being a scumbag or a shill or anything like that, you know, just they nothing wrong with it. Get that money. As long as you doing what you love and getting paid for doing what you love. And you making, you know what I mean? The content, the people will come to the content if it's good. So you making good content. All that other shit, man, who cares? Honestly, who cares about no Raid, Shadow Legends, and Patreons and stuff like that? If you want to pay, you want to pay. Just like that.
Critical to try to get him to help me.
Because I guarantee you one thing, bro. If Raid Shadow Legends came to you, you signing on that dotted line fast as hell. And I know that.
He ignored me. So I figured he had a bigger voice than I did to help get like my Ubisoft account back. Completely ignored me. Maybe he didn't see it, but who knows?
How you go to him? He gonna get your
Well, I figured
Ubisoft account.
Ubisoft would respond to him faster than they would respond to me. Dude, I'm still actively reaching out to Ubisoft. What are you talking about? At this point, I've given up on getting my account back to just like, here, I can show you receipts for like my elite skins. Can I have my elite skins back? You can't really call them. Or at least I haven't figured out a way to call them yet. There's no reason to collab with Moist Critical. Like, if he wants to hang out, I'll hang out with him. If he want me to go on a stream or something.
Where
Like,
does this thing in Moist come from? Did I miss something, man? Why the hell would Moist Critical give him the time of day? What am I missing out?
again, like any momentum I get, it's going to be lost. So it doesn't really matter in that front because, like, I don't know. Like, I'm just not motivated to make videos anymore. Like the best thing I could do for my channel right now would be to, like, do something, no matter what it was. You know, videotaping my day, getting, you know, my little 10,000 views they would get and all the negative comments would actually help me more than doing what I'm currently doing, and I still can't make myself do it. Like I have such PTSD from years of content creation. I know this sounds terrible, and we will make this backfire.
That
but
don't.
like,
It doesn't make any sense, man. Because everything you're talking about is monetary. So you're thinking about money, and when it comes to money, it's not just about you, Wings. You married, bro. You gotta think about your wife. So if you could do something that can get you and your wife out of a hole, you should do that. Whatever it is. You know what I mean? Usually I'm the type of dude that, you know, I'm like, it ain't all about money, it ain't all about money. But since we're on the topic of money, you should be doing whatever you can to get your, you know what I mean? Make sure y'all straight. If you, especially if you have an opportunity to. And you can't, nah, I got PTSD. Man, screw that PTSD, man. I mean, that sounds harsh, but we just talking about making a video about your day. You know, that's a crazy still, by the way. Look like he crying. But, you know?
I'm not the only person that's ever said this. Like, I think one of the FaZe guys recently quit, said he fucking hated creating content grind. And it's a vicious fucking grind, dude. Like, every day you wake up, you have to create something. And it's like, and it can't, and like, it can't be the same thing you created the day before. There's another Amroon. Good. Got timed out for the last dono. One supporter. Well,
there's a difference between FaZe making videos or whatever, and you just doing videos like, this is my day. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's a lot
like
different.
You and the mods are in compete. I didn't time you out. Like, I tell people not to time people out for donos unless they're super vicious. But like, it's so mentally taxing and draining creating content. And now the bar has just been raised and raised and raised and raised. And like, people romanticize like being a YouTuber or a streamer or something of that nature, and it's not that great. Like, let me tell you the secret about.
No, it's not that great for you, man, because you put yourself in a hell of a predicament. Don't try to. And it is a grind, you know. It is. I can't speak for the big guys, but you know, for the guys, the Mr. Beasts of the world, you know, all those other guys, I'm sure it can be a grind, you know. But I'm pretty sure that, you know, it changed their lives in extraordinary different ways. So you just mad and you. Because it didn't work out how you wanted to because of the things you've done and said. So you can't speak for everybody.
Being a streamer, like, and I do it half-assed. I'm a half-assed fucking streamer, and I do, you know. But even at half-assed streaming, Will Cross, JJ, what's your yard cutting situation? Push more, riding more, paying a kid to do it? I pay somebody to cut my grass. I don't have a riding lawnmower, and I can't drive most riding lawnmowers because of my size. I just don't fit on them. Maybe one of those big, like, zero-turn ones, but I'm not paying $5,000 for a zero-turn lawnmower. What was I saying? Somebody help me out here. Saying about content creation.
What the fuck, man?
Well, my mods are doing exactly what I tell them to do. Because, like, here's the thing with constructive criticism. If you come in and think, oh, this is how you fix your channel, Wings, I've heard it.
But you don't listen.
Heard it.
You don't listen.
Do workout videos. You should do real life vlogs. You should do try this. Like I got ideas on the back burner that would be gold. I just can't get myself to do them. Like, here's an idea that me and Kelly had. We were
Let's hear
recently
it.
shopping for a car, right? Which
All
we
right.
bought the car at this point, but we were shopping for a car. And when you're shopping for a car, you see a lot of buy here, pay here people. And like the car we had before as our third car was a 2006 Ford Focus, right? And it was a good car. Like it was mechanically sound. It had low miles. Went anywhere you wanted it to go, but it was ugly. Like the person owned it before us was like a teenage girl. She had wrecked it a couple times. It had dents everywhere. You know, the front bumper had looked like
So what's the golden idea? The setup is too long. Sell the damn
Wolverine
idea.
took a chunk out of it. But I didn't give a shit because I bought it because it was a naturally aspirated inline four that was mechanically sound. I wanted it just a DoorDash. But one thing we noticed with Fiona is you got poor shamed in it. I don't know if anybody here has ever been poor shamed, but it's a real thing where people look at you like you don't have any ways or means. Like they look like they're above you, and it's an interesting phenomenon. You know, like for example, here's a
It's an interesting phenomenon. Yes, everybody knows that poor shaming is a real thing, man. Everybody has gone through it at some point or another in their life. Most people. But dude, who cares? You a grown ass man, bro. Who cares about what you rolling in so you can DoorDash? Come on, man. You care that much?
story that me and Kelly had. We went to Krispy Kreme, and she wanted a bottle of water. Like, all right, so when Krispy Kreme just happened to be the closest store to us that served drinks, she wanted a bottle of water. So we went to Krispy Kreme and asked for a bottle of water. You know, and they literally tried to like downsell us that they could give us cups of water instead of the bottles, that their bottles were a little pricey. And it's like this person was looking at us with like the slide out.
That don't sound like poor shaming. That sound like they was trying to hook y'all, but yo, man, you about to pay $5 for a bottle of water, man. Just take this cup of water. That sound like a hookup. That don't sound like they trying to poor shame you.
And like this is why you waste money and things like that. It's like, oh, it's like, we just give us the bottle of water. And
They
it's
trying
like,
to man. They was trying to hook you up. That wasn't really poor shaming. I don't think that was poor shaming. It sounded like if I worked there, if I was at the Krispy Kreme and someone's about to pay $6 for a water bottle, I'm like, look, man, I could get you a cup of water, man. I can give you 2 cups of water, man. 3 cups. Just don't pay this damn $6. Yeah, they were trying to hook you up. That's what it sounded like to me.
you see the being poor shamed. So we were thinking like,
My dude,
Buy here-
my dude. My dude was like, nah, we gotta get rid of this car because they try to give us cups of water.
pay here places. Like the car we bought for like $3,500. If you were to go to like a buy here pay here place, would be like 10 grand. And I wanted to do a video where like me and Kelly dressed up really trashy and like drove an old car. Like we have a car that we have access to. It's a 2012 like Toyota Camry, but it's hit a deer. Like the interior's completely fucked up. But it's a Camry, so it still fucking runs, right? It looks and smells like a cigarette. We were going to take that car to
What
like
the
buy here,
fuck,
pay here
man?
places and pretend that we were looking for cars.
My dude said it looked and smelled like a cigarette. That car is jacked up.
And like dress real trashy and like do like secret video and then go back to the same place later on, dress nice in one of our newer cars and see like the difference people reacted to you.
That was your damn golden nugget idea. It was a damn social experiment. It took you like 12 minutes to explain your social experiment. You could have just said that. I didn't need to know about this car that a teenage girl had that wrecked a few times. It looked like Wolverine took a chunk. I didn't need to know all of that, man. You could have just said we had a golden idea to go to a place, buy whatever you called it. It just, you know what I mean? To a social experiment on port shaming or whatever the hell you wanted to call it. Jeez.
No, that I hit that deer with my truck. This is another person's car. They would loan me completely. That just happened to hit a deer and they never bother fixing it.
That is crazy, man. Wings is always gonna be Wings, y'all. He got all these supposedly golden nugget ideas, man. You should do it. There's absolutely no reason not to. If you're so bummed out with content creation, then get off the internet, dude. You the one that's choosing to do this with your life. That's the video. As always, if you guys like the video, like the video. If you didn't like the video, thumbs down the video. Y'all know how that works. Y'all have a good one. Peace.